No, no, no.
Hello together, Stefan Fischer here from All Off Road. Thanks a lot for tuning in again. This is the second trip out with my new Jeep, and today we are at the Jellore State Forest.
Kurts and Sebastian are a bit late. They should be turning up here at some stage. Good day, Kurts. What happened to you then? Long time no see.
You've got 46 and you've got 46, 47 as well.
Sebastian is measuring the contact patch.
Yeah.
47 for the two
yeah.
on 37s. And how much the others have?
Well, on the 35s, one's 44 and one's 40.
Oh.
The what tyres are yours, Adrian? Well done.
2 days before the trip I installed an iDrive in the Jeep, and I have to say I was quite impressed what a difference it makes on the road. It obviously doesn't change your power, but really the throttle input varies greatly and it feels like quite a different vehicle. I still have to sort out how to use it best off-road. At the moment I have a very doughy throttle and I'm on economy 4, so I will see how that goes. Adrian's vehicle is very light and his Mickey Thompson tires have a very stiff sidewall. So even with 6 psi now, they are probably a bit too stiff for that vehicle. So it is important to match a tire with the correct load rating and sidewall strength to your vehicle weight.
Rear locker!
Adrian had forgotten to put the rear locker in, which you can clearly see as the rear wheel is not spinning.
Adrian! Put your rear locker on! Yeah, it
With
does.
the rear locker now engaged and a slightly different line, it was no issue driving it. Dave in his JK is also on 37s, but runs the Wrangler Kevlar, which have a slightly bigger diameter than my KM3s. He also makes easy work of that step.
Nice little
On
view
top of
here.
the power lines is a pretty nice lookout. On top of the power lines is a pretty nice lookout over the national park and state forest.
Bit of a jungle here.
I now also have the BFG KM3 on my plate truck. After testing them on the cruiser for the past 50,000 kilometers remote touring, I have to say so far I'm very happy with the tires on rock and how they perform as a plate tire.
Start to drop down in a short while. Keep coming.
You
Keep
just
coming.
watch that right hand side.
Yep, I know. Keep coming. Yep, you're good. Nice and slow. Keep coming. Keep straight. Keep coming straight. Keep coming straight. Keep right. Right. Just a fraction this way. Just a fraction. Right. Straight now. Straight. Yep. Nice and slow. Keep coming straight.
I would get him a bit over here, so that the left.
You're all right. You're doing okay. Just keep coming on. Just come on, exactly as you are, just keep... What gets worse? It's fine.
On a recent Mount Airlie trip, Kurdy nearly had a forward rollover and that shook him a bit, so at the moment he is a bit cautious with his angles, which is understandable.
You want to come round like that. Alright. Right, now straight up towards me. Well, I wouldn't start here.
Sebastian wasn't driving himself today, he rode shotgun with Kurdy.
No, just straight as you are. You had a bad experience with a girl once and now he's can't get back on the saddle.
Kurdy, he's going on about angles. There are no angles at the moment.
No, keep.
Oh, Dave, watch the tray, because he's going to come down now towards you for at least another 30 centimeters. Kurdy, you got to come back. Okay. Going to put a rock under the front.
Okay, level it out.
Straighten up. Kurdy. Okay, try when you move. It's just missing that rocks.
Kurdy's rear tray is protruding a bit out from the vehicle, and in situations like this that makes it a bit difficult and great care has to be taken to not take that tray off.
Well, I was going to take him over there, but because he got so scared, I thought maybe just keep him here.
No, you should have kept him on top of that. Just remove that trees. Stop one wheel on there.
Yep.
At the moment is all right.
Yeah, we will cop the tray though. We'll cop it on the side.
Oh, that's going to pick up that thing there soon. No, I think it's all right. Just slow. Nice. That's it. Yeah, see, I would want to take that little bit angle from here.
Yeah. You want to be driving sort of more into the corner, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next it was my turn in the Jeep. I decided to take the straight line down, which has a little bit of a step on the top, but otherwise no negotiating and tight turns. I really try to ease the step down here so that my rear bar does not connect with the rock step. I now also have the BFG KM3 on my play truck. After testing them on the cruiser for the past 50,000 kilometers remote touring, I have to say so far I'm very happy with the tires on rock and how they perform as a play tire. Last step doesn't look that big on the video here, but if you actually stand close to it, it is a fairly steep and high step. This is a fairly steep off-camber climb, and I really like to be as straight as possible. And you see my passenger side at the front already being fairly light. So you don't want to drive up there too fast, given that the rock step is coming there, to prevent really picking up too much air on the front. The rear wheel over the back of the vehicle doesn't help much either in these kind of situations. Dave has his spare wheel inside the cab, just on the floor, which is a better solution in regards to weight distribution, as it is fairly low down and doesn't hang over the back of the vehicle. This is not really an option for me, as I need the rear seats and also would like to do some tough touring with this vehicle. Dave's 37s Wrangler Kevlar have a 2 cm bigger diameter than my BFG KM3s on 37. So the actual tire sizes between different manufacturers vary greatly. That is something taking into account when you purchase new tires. While Dave was driving down the steps, Sebastian noticed that something came loose. And it seemed like the steering dampener lost its bolt on a previous drive. However, nothing what a cable tie could not temporarily fix.
Sure, we're not checking stuff, yeah.
Dave pretty much drove a perfect line here. Just in the middle, avoiding the double step, but also avoiding the most of the side angle and tackling it reasonably straight.
Yeah, that's why I think time round.
Yeah, when you gave it some weather, you got up there.
Next it was Adrian's turn in the Hilux on the 35 Mickey Thompson.
Just drive straight as you are. Same way. I do drive front, I'm going to do the wheels. Head's looking over there. To forward. Is it alright, Sebastian, where he is?
I would start there.
Stop!
It's too late now. At the moment, my Jeep is still with a stock transfer case, and without reduction gears, I really feel that with a 5-speed auto and 37s, it is doable, and as you can see, I can drive, but it is far more difficult control-wise, and often you don't have enough torque to really keep that smooth momentum going.
Come on then, Adrian, you may as well go.
Have a look here and see how little Adrian's tires bulge when he drives over that rocks, and how he slightly bounces backwards when he drives into the rock. Adrian already runs a super low tire pressure of 6 psi without bead locks. These all indicates that the load rating for the tire and the stiffness is too high for that light vehicle. Next it was time for lunch with a pretty good view.
So you've got 3 centimetres.
More clearance?
Yeah.
Okay, see what I have with the Dana 60. Yeah, that's a RockJock, so that's tilted.
But you've got a lot of, that's pretty bloody strong, that reinforcement, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yours is 260. 260, so Dave's is higher than yours. By 2
Yeah.
centimetres.
By 2 centimeters? Okay.
But maybe because so maybe just measure the circumference of the tyre.
Yeah, but
It's a bit of a smaller tyre. So
Dave has probably half a centimeter from the tire, and the rest is because that's a Dana 60 and
Oh, 2. Well, lowest point 260.
260.
So you're the same as
Like me, and I'm on 37s.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
But these tyres don't flex though. So these 35s are 2 centimetres taller than his 35s.
Just a sec.
Second day out with Blackbeard the Jeep. Still, absolutely love it. And we had a Jellore. I mean, it's not super crazy hard here, but there are a few hard lines, and we did 35 tracks and played around a bit. But I have to say, while there will be tracks where Tiny, for example, has an advantage with the portal axles and more room, because I really lost quite a bit of diff clearance here with the Jeep. Overall, though, I have to say, I think the Jeep is more capable than Tiny. Good, early days. Maybe I'm gonna revise that in a future video again, but at this stage I have driven stuff here where in Tiny I had not problems with, but you know, took more effort, took a second approach.
That was a pretty tight section, so Kurty got Sebastian out to guide him through it.
That is tight. Tree there.
We were now approaching the last obstacle for the day. It is a decent rock step on top of a fairly steep hill. To get there though, you have to ascend that hill, which has fairly big boulders and very soft soil.
That is steep here.
Kurty first tried to tackle the rock step head on, however he couldn't get enough traction to get his wheels up that big rock step.
Alright, try up there, give it a go. Alright, so as far over as you can get.
The next attempt was the far right, which looked pretty drivable. Kurty was carried over to the left, and there is a drop off a little bit further to the left where you don't want to drop in with your passenger wheel. Kurty was nearly up there, so he is easing the vehicle a little bit backwards to give it a go with a bit more conviction.
Easy!
This line was good, but I definitely did not have enough conviction. Even though I put my foot down, having the iDrive on the economy setting with a very doughy throttle, it just didn't generate the power fast enough. I stuffed around a little bit on that step here and realized that with the iDrive on steps like this where I have a very short run up, I definitely need the ultimate mode with a very aggressive and sharp throttle response. Dave, seeing Kurty and mine trials and tribulations, made a perfect drive up the step. Adrian also did an excellent drive, though nearly avoiding dropping his rear wheel into the gap to the left.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's the end of this trip. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like and share my videos. Thank you very much, and I see you around.